Let us see how Lembel-Sieve algorithm achieves compression and how it captures patterns. And Lembel-Sieve compression is at the heart of PCI, perturbation complexity index. Say we have some English text, banana, B-A-N-A-N-A, bantana, B-A-N-T-A-N-A. So now we will be using Lembel-Sieve algorithm to compress this particular English string. So the algorithm goes like this. So we start with the first alphabet, B. So B is never seen. So we are assigning one symbol called 0 to B. So this process is called dictionary building, and this is at the heart of or core of Lembel-Sieve algorithm. So B is replaced by 0. So that is done. So now since B is taken, we are trying to learn the pattern from the text. So we append the next symbol also, so BA. So 1 becomes BA. And we move on to the next alphabet, A. A is also never seen. So we will assign 2 to A. And we replace A by 2. And again, same algorithm follows, AN. So AN will be learned as a new pattern and it will be assigned to 3. So next is N. N is also never seen. So we'll assign N to 4. So this N will be replaced by 4. Then NA. NA is also not assigned. So that is one thing which is learned in this iteration. So NA is learned. So now comes A again. But already this particular, we are here. A is already, we know what is A. And interestingly, what is AN? AN is already there in the dictionary. So this entire AN can be replaced by 3. And in this step, the learning will be extended to the next symbol. So ANA becomes 6, right? So AN is replaced by the symbol 3. Then comes again A. A is already here. Check if AB is there. No, AB is not here. So A will be replaced by 2 and AB will be learned. So AB is learned now. So this is done. Now comes B. Already we know B. Do we know BA? BA is already known. So this BA will be replaced by 1 and BAN. That will be the new learned pattern or symbol. So this is done. Now N. Do we know N? Yes. But NT we don't know, right? So we know only N. So N will be replaced by 4. We learn NT in the next step, right? Yeah. So now comes T. Do we know T? No, we don't know T. So T is assigned to 10 now. And so T is learned. TA. That will be our new alphabet. Okay. So again A. Do we know A? Yeah. A is already known. Do we know AN? AN is also known. ANA? Yes, ANA is already there in the dictionary. So not the point. Even though we have 3 symbols now, we have a single symbol with which we can replace the entire ANA. So ANA will be 6. So so everything is decoded now or mapped now. So the algorithm will stop here. And in this process, notice that a dictionary is being built or the learning happens. Algorithm learns all these patterns. And note that some of these patterns might never be repeated. So BAN is here, BAN is here. After that, there is no BAN. But whenever BAN comes later, the algorithm will be able to replace that pattern BAN with this. So the point here is whatever dictionary is being built as we walk through the patterns, the dictionary gets enriched and enriched. So next time we encounter a new pattern, if it is already in the dictionary, we'll be able to replace it and we'll learn extra new things and which will be added to the dictionary. So now the banana, bantana can be replaced by these words. 0, 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, 4, 10, 6. Just count the number of symbols here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we have 9 symbols in the Lembel-Sieve encoded text. And look at the original text. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So there we had 13 symbols in the original text to represent banana, bantana. Now we have compressed this text from 13 symbols to 9 symbols. So this particular ratio 9 by 13, or other way, 13 by 9. This will be 1 point something. This is called compression ratio, right? Yeah. So that completes Lembelsev algorithm. Right. So in the example we saw, the learning is happening only in one direction across time. So in the case of PCI, already we discussed that it's a spatio temporal measure. So it means that the Lembelsev algorithm will do learning across time as we move in time, and it will learn across spatial channels also. So this will be channel 1, channel 2, channel 3 and so on. This is our say time, say 0 to 5 seconds or whatever. These are the sample points. So whenever it encounters one pattern, so we saw in this particular example, learning is happening from the next symbol also. So in the case of PCI, the learning will happen like this and across the columns also. In fact, across all the channels. So there is a spatial learning and a temporal learning. So it will be trying to understand these patterns, or PCI will build a dictionary which is based on patterns in temporal domain and spatial domain.